commando boots when she wasn't. They never pinched her toes, and she didn't wobble like a tightrope walker when she wore them. Tottering and wincing, she circled the front bumper of her car and popped up the hood. One thing her father had never insisted that she learn was how to do mechanic work. She peered into the greasy abyss and acknowledged that she recognized 3 things: the battery, the oil cap, and the windshield cleaner reservoir. The unpleasant smell of gasoline wafted to her nose, verifying that the fuel pump had indeed malfunctioned. She deserved a gold star just for figuring out that much. Automobiles mystified her. Half the time she wasn't sure what a warning light meant. She wanted a life partner. Not just someone to cheer her on when her confidence flagged, but a companion to watch movies with, dine out with her, and believe in her. She was lonely, damn it. Oh, sure, she had her best friend, Julie Price, to keep her company, but that was different. And of course, she had Uncle Slade, who loved her dearly and was always there if she needed him. With his marriage to his lifelong sweetheart today, Erin had accumulated a heap of new relatives as well. Her first cousin, Brody, his wife, Marissa, and their 3 sons, plus a gaggle of cousins and second cousins by marriage. Raised as an only child by parents who didn't socialize much with relatives, Erin appreciated having extended family for the first time in her memory. But having friends and relations wasn't the same as having one special person she could call her own. Just then she heard the rumble of a diesel engine. She quickly got a little grease on her hand so it would appear that she'd been tinkering with the engine. Then she straightened and peered around the uplifted hood. When she saw a late-model silver Dodge pickup, she almost groaned. Not Wyatt Fitzgerald. Please, God, not now. Only it was Wyatt, of course. After being the recipient of his disdain all afternoon, she wanted to grind her teeth. The driver's door opened. His dog, Domino, leaped out and raced toward Erin. A beautiful border collie mix. He had long, silky black fur splashed with white. Hello, sweet boy. Erin didn't want to pet him with greasy hands, but Domino reared up, planted his paws on her chest, and bathed her chin with doggy kisses, which gave her no choice. Yes, I'm glad to see you, too. She wished she could say the same for his owner, who strode toward her with a well-oiled shift of his narrow hips. She had just seen Wyatt a few minutes ago at the reception, and there was no reason for her to drink in every detail of his appearance again, but he'd changed out of a Western-cut suit into work clothes, and he looked as sexy as a guy could get. Tall, well-muscled, and lean. He had the broad shoulders and deep chest of a man who pitted his strength against the elements every day. Beneath his tan Stetson, hair the color of an August wheat field fell as straight as a bullet to the yoke of his red shirt. His eyes, as blue as laser beams, struck a startling contrast to his sun-burnished face. She forced her attention back to the dog before Wyatt could chastise him for jumping up and said, "It's been at least 20 minutes since we saw each other, which is 7 times longer for a dog than it is for people, so I understand his excitement. Please, don't scold him." The last person Wyatt Fitzgerald wanted to see was Erin De Laney. For a man like him, she meant nothing but trouble. For starters, she was pretty, with her wealth of dark hair, dainty features, and expressive blue eyes. And she obviously felt as attracted to him as he was to her. Not happening. He'd sworn off women 6 years ago, and that was one promise to himself that he meant to keep. He'd be especially cautious with Erin, a county deputy. If he messed up with her, she wouldn't have to call the law on him. She was the law. "Most people try to coast over to the side of the road when their cars break down," he called out. "When I came around that curve, I had to lock up the brakes to keep from turning..."